Good evening and welcome to today's training. Basically, what we are going to do today is to learn how to merge the different types of shapefile in ArcGIS. There are times that when you are working with GIS, you are given shapefile to update the map that you have. Do you need to like digitize it, or you can just merge it? That is the question we're going to answer. Then, last week we did an attribute merge, that if you have a shapefile and there's an update on the data, maybe some attribute of the data were not available, you can merge it with your shapefile as long as there is what we call a primary key. That is a field that has the same data in the shapefile and in the text. For instance, now you have a heading called maybe date of birth that is both in the shapefile and the attribute. So you can use that one to merge, but they must contain the same data. So today we are going to look at spatial join. There are times that maybe you are working on layout and some part of the layout were not complete, and you are given another section of the layout that is not covered by the other layout. So you can actually merge different shapefile, but it has to be the same data. If it is point, you cannot merge it with polygon. Neither can you merge a line with point. And after that, we will now look at how to buffer. Buffer is very key in GIS. It has various applications, especially if you are looking at maybe it has to do with maybe you want to create zones for the outbreak of disease to show places that are more vulnerable from the source to some building. So you can create line at interval, as it may be even road. Like in a road, you want to tell people that, okay, people should not build within this particular space. So you can create buffer, a space that is secure, or a free space that people should not encroach on. So you can even create multiple ring buffer to show the intensity or the danger of a particular outbreak of disease or happening or incident whatsoever. For instance, now you know that if you stay close to dump site at a particular meters, you are likely going to be affected by the smell, even Lassa fever, because sometimes rats feed on the dump site. So you can say, okay, any building within 50 meters is within high vulnerable sites to disease related to dump site, or anything 50 meters to 100 meters is medium. You can say 50 is high. They have high incident or likelihood of having such diseases associated with the dump site, while 50 to 100 meters, they are in medium risk. Then anything after 50, they are free. So you can use that to create such things. So today I have data, dump site data of Mina. That is the point data. And I also have the road shapefile of the major road in Mina. So let us just look at them. This, let me switch off this district. I also have the district data of Mina, but it's my one district is missing. This is these are the road. Let me do this. I don't need this. This is the road, the major road in Mina. For those that know Mina, if I bring the satellite image, it will slow the processing. So, but if you know Mina, for those that have been to Mina, but this is the street map, the roads that also includes some minor roads within Mina, the capital of Niger State. So while these are the dump site point based on different region or district in Mina, Keterangwari, Kwakungu, Metumbi, Tungaboso, Sokokohuta, and Tungabi. So these one are splitted into district, but there are times that you want it to be in one as a one shapefile or folder, so that you don't have to be switching off and on if you want to use it for the whole Mina. So you don't have to have them in different shapefile. So you can merge So there are two ways to do it. You can go to geoprocessing tool. You go to merge, you click merge. You click merge, you come here, input data. You start with Boso waste. It will come into this box. As many that you want to merge, you go to Chenchega, it will come into this box. You go to Keterangwari, you keep adding as many as you want to join. Metumbi, Sabongari, Tunga A, Boso East, and Tunga B. So these are the shapefile that we want to merge. You can rename it if you want to. If you have a folder where you want to save it, you can save it. I'll just leave it in this default geo database of Poso West. So it will put merge, or I can just say, okay, I'll just leave it with this name, or just say Mina merge, Mina merge. So I'll just leave it with this name. Okay. Let's click OK. It will run. Give it some time. So it has merged. You can see it has merged now. It brought it as default. Okay, let's now check these ones that we have and see if it will remain or some of them will disappear. Let me just make it easier to reduce to make the layer box more clean. Let me just, okay, so we can see we have just one. Let me rename it as Mina Merge. I don't know why it brought in default. So that is how to merge. We will also merge polygons to see all those groups. And it will merge all the attribute, everything. Okay, let's see Mina. So you have merged all the dump site in Mina. Let's examine the attribute table. So we can see the attribute tables of each of the dump site. There is shape length, there is shape, the area of each one, and the rest. So we have succeeded in merging all the shape file. We can change the color. Remember, they are dump site. If you want to, we can change the symbol or do further analysis. You can sort them based on their areas, based on the sizes. Let me just choose another side. Okay, maybe let me just change the color to red and increase the size. Okay, so you see, this is the whole dump site in Mina, which has been merged. Okay, let us also merge this district. Instead of having them this Tunga, there are different districts. Some of them have not been labeled, but let me look at the attribute. Okay, based on the polygon. So let's merge the polygon. We go to geoprocessing, go to merge. We start from Chenchega, go down Chenchega, then district 4, district 5, district 6, am I right? District 7, district 8, district 9. Let me say Mina district. Mina district. Okay, we hit the OK button. Why didn't it match? Say error. Error. Why? Let me match two zones and see how it will be matched. Let me do district 4 and 5. District 4 and 5 merge. Let me see. You can see this one merge. Then what happened to that one? You see this one merge. It merged. Okay, let us try it again and see. Maybe we didn't do something. What happened? I choose anything wrongly. Okay, let's just try it again and see. Processing, merge. The thing is, they have to have the same coordinate system. So let me skip change trigger because I didn't observe the coordinate system for all of them, but they need to have the same coordinate system. 9 and okay, nice. So let's just join this 4 and see. I will not change anything. Let me just click OK and see if it will match. Yeah, this one matched. So what really happened? So you can see that it has matched. It has matched all the districts that I specified into one district, but I didn't put Chanchega. So maybe let me do it now again with Chanchega and see if it will match. Match. Let's start from Chanchega, district 4, district 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and district 9. Let me just leave it as Chanchega. Hit the button and see. Something's wrong. Okay, I think maybe something is wrong with this Chanchega. So let's just leave that. But that is how to do the margin. So you can see now we have merged the 4 or 7 district. Let us look at the attribute table. So it has merged them into a single polygon. No, which one am I checking? It's Chanchega instead of this one. Oh, sorry, please. I was supposed to have the attribute of other district. Yeah, you can see. So now with this one now, you can now produce one map, use this ID. Had even we have names written in each of these district, if had even we have their names, column for the name, it will also tell us name if it is Boso, whatsoever, Pakungu. So with that one, you can also create a map to differentiate different district. Like now, if I go to property, I can choose the attribute table for the ID, and each one will have different color representing each district. So just wait for the attribute table to open. If you go to symbolism category, you can use this ID. You can say add all value. You have them. So if this one is Chanchega, we would have had Chanchega, but we didn't name the files with their attribute table. So you can use different color to represent them. You can see different color. So you have made it to be labeled based on categories. So you can do other analysis, but instead of having separate shapefile, you have just one shapefile. For this, you can do that too for line. If you have line, you can do it as well. Like that, you can just merge as many, but they have to be the same coordinate system. So now with that, we can now do buffering. For buffering, we create a ring around a feature. It could be point, line, and polygon, as I mentioned earlier, that it is one of the analyses that we use in GIS to look at events that happen within particular distance to a particular feature. For instance, now you want to work on noise pollution. You know, noise work with the speed of light, so it work on both ways. Or you have maybe your house is located close to a dump site, as I said earlier. So you want to know like houses that are within 50 meters of buildings, 100 meters, you can use buffering to know. Or you want to know shops or right of way. Yeah, one of our application is right of way. You know, in some road, buildings shouldn't be within 15 meters of a road. So you can create buffer along the road, 15 meters on both sides of the road. So you can show and say, okay, this is a place where buildings should not be built, and the rest of them. Okay, let's start with creating buffer. Like for points, you can create multiple buffer, but for line, you can only create one buffer, and polygon too. But for point, there is another analysis that you can do to create buffer of 10 meters, 20 meters, 20, 30, 40 with the same within the same analysis. So if I'm to create buffer, if it is just a single, I can still use this one, your processing tool, and click buffer. I'll show you another one using analysis tool. Let's assume, okay, maybe let me just take a single dump site instead of using the whole to make the analysis faster. Okay, let's use this Boso, this point for Boso West. So these are dump site, and you want to create buffer. Say, okay, within this distance, nobody should build a house because these are dump site because of the smell, the odor that will be coming out from the dump site. So if you go to geoprocessing analysis, you click buffer, come here, input a feature, you put the feature, which is Boso West. Then it will ask you the linear distance, the distance around input feature that will be buffered. Distance can be provided as either a value representing a linear distance or as a field from the input feature. If you have that field in your input feature, you can just click it. Maybe input feature, you have different distances for different features. You can just get it from there and it will create the rings for you. So let's say we need like 50 meters buffer from this dump site. So after you have put it, you just leave every other thing because we are not dissolving anything. We are not using any field to like dissolve anything. We just need distances around the feature. You click OK. You will give it some time. You see, it has created a buffer, 20, 50, 15 meters, but because the points are very close, some of them overlap each other. So if you check Boso West buffer, it has created a shapefile of the buffer. You can see object, area, distance, that is of the dump site. So because the dump site will have some attribute and buffer distances of 50 meters. So for each shape length, they will have the same area, the same length, and the rest of them. So this can be done for point, line, and polygon. But let us also try that of road. I will use Mina road, this one, before I will come and do multiple ring buffer to see how it works. Let me click this uncheck this. Where's Mina road? The road. Did I delete it? Did I delete the road? Okay, no, here it is. I don't want to use this one. This one, let me use this one here. But this one, if I do the buffer, some of the road are dual carriageway. So it will surely overlap because it will do buffer for each of this road. So, but for this one that is single, it will just do a single buffer. So let us look at line buffer and see. For instance, we don't want people to build within 15 meters of the road. Say, okay, let's buffer input feature, road, say linear distance 15 meters. We leave everything the way it is. We click OK. It will run. You can see it has created a buffer for us. Let me uncheck this one. You can see the road buffer. Let me uncheck this one. You can see the buffer that it has created. This one was a single road, so it will create 15 meters on both sides of the road. If I bring in the original road, you can see the line here, tiny. So you can see the buffer 15, but because this one too is a dual, so it will create both buffer on this and towards this one. And because this one there are junctions, so it also create buffer because of the two or the dual carriage road. So you can see it has created buffer. Even at this end, it also create 15 meters around it. So that is how buffer is created for lines. So let us take also one of the polygon, just one, to create buffer around that feature also. I think let's take district 7. Let me see where district 7. District 7. Okay, district 7. Let me remove this one. Move this one. Let me uncheck this one. So we are going to create out of district 7 buffer. District 7. Let's create maybe 20 meters around the district. We leave everything wrong. It has created buffer. If you see the difference between the district. Let me change the color or to make one more visible, or better still, let me move this one below district 7 so that you can see it smaller. Move it down. So you can see it has created a ring of 20 meters around the district 7. It will start from the very center and expand it and add. And if we, let me make this one transparent, the district 7 more transparent so that we can see it. So even in a survey, you can do this when you are doing road. You want to design road, like you want to show road, you have the center line, you can just increase both sides by the length of such, by the length of the buffer that you require. Let me make it transparent, right? Transparent, yeah. We make it 50% transparent so that we can see inside. So the next one after this one is to show how to do a multiple ring buffer. That one only works for point display. We make it 50% transparency. See now. Then this one, let me make this one maybe red. We have like 10 minutes, so if it goes off, we will log in again. Let me make this one the buffer red. Sorry, I supposed to go to symbolism. So you can see that the main buffer is one in red. See it in red, while this one is the original. So if you have any question before we move further to the multiple ring, which I say is only for point, but I may use the whole of the study area, the point. That one does not really work for other feature. Maybe let's use this one and see. Any question? Any question? Value? Chimaobi? David?
Not for now, sir.
Okay, so let's progress. Maybe with this, we don't even need extractor. So as I said, that there are times that you want to create a different zone. Say, okay, that this place is within high, depending on what you want to show. Okay, for instance, maybe if it is something that that may harm people, you will say this one is a hotspot. So you can really create some hotspot for some outbreak or some event. So this one, you go to Arc toolbox, you go to analysis tool. From analysis tool, there are a lot of things that you can do with the analysis tool. You can clip. We will not be able to clip like the rod I show you that show the whole of it. You can actually trim it. If you just want the rods that are within BOSO, you can clip it up. You can split, you can do a lot of things. You can identify, you can intersect spatial join, a lot of things, union of there. But we are doing buffer. You know, even from here, you can do buffer under proximity. But what we are doing is multiple ring buffer. You can also do point distance. You can put a point here to know the distance to every other point here. If you want to know the distance of one point to every other point, you can do that. So a lot of things, but we are not going into that now. So multiple ring buffer, you click multiple ring. Maybe let us use one also so that we can see it, because the mina on as a whole, it will. I need one that has good spread. Okay, maybe let's use this one with Teriol. Which one? The one that will not overlap. Okay, let's use Sabongari. Sabongari has just 3 points. Can you? I hope you can see it. So multiple ring buffer. Put Sabongari. So this one, when you put like distance of 10 meters, you will click add this black button. It will put it here. You say another buffer of 20 meters. You click add. Say another buffer of 30 meters. You put add. Say another meter. Let's say 50 meters now. Put add. Then let's say 100 meters. You will click this black. If there is anyone that you don't like, just highlight it and click this one. Delete it. But we are leaving everything the way it is. So it will create a ring of distances around upon you click OK. It will take some time because we are creating many rings around the buffer. Yeah, around the point, I mean. So you can see this one created multiple rings, not just one, unlike the other one. So you can now say, okay, if since this is dump site, the first one within 20 meters, these are the places that are more exposed to the outbreak of diseases related to dump site. So you can say they are the most vulnerable building. If they are building here, you can use this buffer to query building within this radius. So we can observe the attributable. You can split them if you want to into different zone. You can just select polygon that are within 20 meters. You can select one that are within 100 meters only. So you can select this one only. So if you want to, and you can use different color just like the other one. Let us give the transit. Go to property and use different color to differentiate them. We can use the one that is 10 red color, use different shade of color to show the level or the intensity from, no, I want to show from red upward to show that the one that is red is they are the area that are more, they are the danger zone. Okay, I can't get, well, I think let's use this one. So you can see, so you can see that the blue are areas that are less vulnerable. You can live here, you are safe from the incident of smell, bad odor from the dump site and the rest. But anything here, any house within this place is a danger zone. So you can use this for a lot of analysis. It could be erosion. You can show places that are more at risk to flooding. You can produce a risk or flood risk map using buffer, depending on the extent that the water is likely to go. So if you have a linear distance, you can do that. But for multiple rings, it's only point that you can use it for. So for the other hand, you have to keep creating this one 50 meters, 100 meters, and the rest. So this is how you can create buffer for both line and polygon. I don't know if there's question. We may not need more.
Good question, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Daniel. Oh, so I'm having two questions. So the first one is this buffer of a thing. Is it possible? Let's say we want to do buffer for a road. Is it possible to buffer just only one side of the road?
No, this one buffer on the opposite side. But if you have on the opposite side, you can actually take one part and leave one part. There's a way that you can just cut it off. But if it is road, if it is buffer, it has to be on both sides. It's the same that apply 15 meters is from the center of the road. So buffer will give you both sides. You cannot actually restrict it.
Because the reason why I use road as an example, the main thing is this erosion. Let's say we understand that people are staying along the erosions, maybe at the opposite side, and the other side is obstructed. There is no way that they can live at that place. So we want to put over close to the people, the residence area.
If it is erosion, get the drainage to road now. You get it? Yeah, when you get the drainage, you can buffer, but there's a way that you can cut one part off. You know, it's GIS, so you can easily cut off. There's a way that you can manipulate, either do reclassification depending on what you are using. Yeah, I get you, because the erosion, if it is for road, it may likely affect one side. So as I said, it's not everything that in that case you have to do offset instead of buffer.
Okay.
Yeah, offset a line, it will tell you whether left or right by particular distance. Yes. So offset may be best. Buffer, if both sides are to have the same thing. So we have less than 1 minute in case, so we can log in.
Okay. This ring buffer, is it possible the distance, maybe without using picking the text tools and start writing it? Is there any way, maybe from attribute or so, to indicate the?
You mean to just indicate the distances of each buffer?
Yes.
From the point, let us see now. This is the attribute. These are distances, right? Like these distances.
Yes.
If we can indicate it on the map, right?
The network.
Yeah. You can type your question. Yeah, but I can hear you now. You said, is it possible to what?
Yes, distance now. Is it possible to locate it, to put it on each ring?
Sure, of course.
In text tools to write it out.
Sure.
Is it possible, like maybe from attribute or property to just
sure. Let's just try
each ring of the buffer?
Yeah, let us try it and see now. You go to label. Just right click, go to label. Tell it what you want to label. It will label it for you. It's taking time. Okay. Label field distance. You click OK.
Okay.
Can you see it has labeled it?
Yes, yes.